What's up, guys? Welcome to Wet Paint on the Couch.
We get tired. Get your coffee too, like your post and shit, like all kinds of shit like this. They thought that I was dead, but I'm alive.
Okay, so here's the deal. I seem to be having technical difficulties with a lot of things, including my work schedule and what I have going on. This episode will be brought to you by my depression and my panic attacks. So, I have been having panic attacks for about a month now, and they are really bad, and yeah. I don't know what's going on with me. Maybe I'm dying, maybe my brain hurts. My wife thinks that it's because I'm turning 30, and I also still have poison ivy, and it's all over my arm and my leg. So if you see me itching, do not fret. This is about the 10th time that I've tried to record this episode because shit keeps fucking up. So I wanted to get kind of like everybody's feedback on like depression. I mean, I'm not depressed. I am just like panicking about everything. So how I knew that it was real bad was it's like when I hear people speak, when they talk. Especially like if I'm not in the conversation, like it triggers me. And as a 30-year-old man who was born in 1992, I would have never thought that I was going to be using the word trigger. Because that's what people do when they're like, oh my God, it triggered me so much. I was like, oh my God. But I knew that something had to be wrong when my wife had bought a watch from Verizon. And we went to Verizon and everything was fine. But there was this guy who was like, he's in the army or something, and he had his daughter with him, and the guy was in there trying to fix his phone. Okay, so this guy is working hard to try to fix this guy's phone. Okay, get him back in service. And I'm itchy. Da. So this guy's got the girl, and he's like, first when we walked in, she was sitting on his lap. Yeah, daddy, daughter shit, I get that. But he, like, something, man, was so, my brain or my nerves were like, something's up with this dude, right? And, you know, fucking love your daughters and sons. Maybe that's my problem. I wasn't loved enough as a child. But when you're in a public domain like that and your daughter is sitting on your lap, that's cool. Maybe my mind just goes to a dark place. Just kidding. So we walk into Verizon, and this guy's in there, and his daughter's on his lap, and the guy's in front of him trying to fix the phone. And I was like, Brandy, that's kind of weird. But what made it even weirder was he was tickling her. And he was like, and I was like, God, dude, like in the middle of the store, like loud, so loud, and it was irking my fucking nerves. Not because she was like, ha ha ha, but it was just like, dude, this guy is work on your phone. He does not give a shit about what the fuck is going on, but clearly I do. I don't know. This is my brain. And the whole point of this wet paint on the couch was just like to get whatever is off of my brain. So I'm looking at phones, and this guy, he's like, now she's long ways, and he's like, whatever. That was kind of like the beginning of it. And my wife told me that I needed to chill out. I didn't say anything, but she just said, she's like, that's weird that you think that's weird, and I don't think that's weird that I think that's weird. But so then we're waiting around for this guy to help my wife, fix her watch. I had went on like my YouTube channel, like on all the phones, like there was a whole wall there, so there was like 10 phones, and I just went to get views, or people like, I know other people do that shit. I'm not being weird. But yeah, so she finally gets a guy to help her with her watch, and I sit down on this windowsill, and she's talking to the guy over there, and I'm just sitting there like, kind of like on TikTok, shit like that. And I hear this guy's voice. And I was pretty far away, but it was like my ears were focusing on this dude talking. And this dude was like talking my arm really itches. Hold on. I'm sitting on this windowsill, and I just hear this guy talking. And I go, like, what the fuck is he talking about? And this guy is talking to the Verizon guy, and I'm looking at the Verizon guy, and the Verizon guy's just like this. Does not give a flying fuck about what this guy's talking about. And I was like, wow, that's really fucking awkward. Something happened in my brain where it was like, oh my God. And I could feel like my blood boiling, and like I wasn't mad, but it was just like, oh my God, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I start getting nervous, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm having this panic attack in Verizon about this guy talking about how he used to play video games in high school with his friends, but then his friends left him and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And the fucked up part about it is I don't even remember the conversation. I don't even know if that was the conversation that the guy was having with the other guy. But my brain was like, whoa, this is super fucking important. You should listen to it and then have a full-blown panic attack. That shit's fucking rough. So I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm going to go sit in the car. So I did. And I sat in the car, and she come out, and the watch, and everything was fine. She knew I was having a panic attack. I didn't have to tell her I was having a panic attack. She could see it in my face, because she's my wife. She loves me. I've been putting off a video for a while. I don't know. Sometimes I have to be really comfortable to do these videos. And the whole point of this video is, I don't know if I even said this, because I've done this video like 10 times. But the whole point of me doing this is to be able to talk and get stuff off of my chest and to make people laugh and make sure that you guys like me still. Because I'm a narcissist. Speaking of narcissist, I think the word narcissist is bullshit. I think the word narcissist, it's spelled narcissist. But I think the word narcissist was made up apparently in 2020 because I had not heard the word narcissist ever in my life until recently. But maybe that's my problem. Maybe I am a narcissist. An asshole is what we used to call it. Now there's a medical term for it. The last video, I got kind of real about like things, about like how everything is, and I mean, I don't really care about that stuff. Like it's like that's what kind of made me nervous about doing this podcast was it's am I going to be up to date with things? Am I going to be able to give all the information? Like I was on TikTok like a few seconds ago, and there was a video on TikTok about Howie Mandel. And like how everybody was like, I guess he took a picture of his asshole or something and put it on TikTok. And it's not there anymore. And then I looked it up, and there was a bunch of videos of people that didn't have, like they were like sad that they didn't see it. I'm one of those people. I'm never ahead of the game. I did read though on MSN today that Brad Pitt's got some kind of illness that does not let him recognize faces. Yeah. So even if he see me, he wouldn't be like, whoa, your name is Tim Booth. There's nothing really that I have to talk about right now. Other than the fact that I'm losing my mind. I'm trying to keep a steady schedule for everybody. But then now it's like, okay, you're doing this now for everybody, but that's the only way for me to make it, I guess. We went offshore fishing this weekend. First time I've ever went. I popped like fucking 80 of those damn seasicknesses pills. They did not work. I was also hungover from the night before, so that didn't work out either. But let me tell you something. If you're not interested, I don't even eat fish. I'll have catfish. I'll have shrimp. It's not fish. I'm not a fan of seafood. I don't like it. Now, I will have a fish fillet from McDonald's, though. That's the bee's knees. If you ever go deep sea fishing, make sure that you are involved. Make sure you give a shit. Make sure that the thing you catch, you're going to eat it. That's like a vegetarian going to a McDonald's plant where they make the fucking burgers at for 12 hours. I slept for 4 hours on the boat. I'm appreciated. I had a blast the day before. But it was like, man, it was almost like, hey, look, the company is going to take you mountain climbing. You got to go up the mountain and down the mountain. Make sure you love mountain climbing. But no, I had a good time for the most part. I slept for about 4 hours downstairs on the boat. It would have been cool if like they showed you like places like hey, look, here's a lighthouse. Like when you're going out, like, hey, look, here all these abandoned houses are from this colony or something like that. Oh man, shit. Went to a bar on Friday. We went out there, went to a bar in Manio. And there was a guy there who was, I don't even know if he was fucked up. I think it was just weird. He came up to us and he made a joke. He said, this is pretty racist. He said, if a white bird brings white babies and a crow brings black babies, what kind of bird doesn't bring babies? And then I was like, I have no idea. And he said, a swallow. That's how I knew the conversation was going bad. And remember earlier when I said that when people, like, I've been in a mode where like people talk and it causes panic attacks and stuff. That dude caused a panic attack. Because it was just so weird, and like typically I'm like, all right, hey, thanks, man. I don't want to be an asshole to. I didn't want to be an asshole to that guy. But I had to be. So the funny thing about it, we were outside smoking, and he came up to us and he said that, but we were on a different floor. And this guy had long, beautiful blonde hair. It was brown. But we went back up and we spent about 3 hours waiting on our food, and there were 6 people in the fucking building. Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you, Joe Biden. Let's not get political. We waited about 2 or 3 hours on our food. I ordered meatloaf of all things. I've never ordered a meatloaf from a restaurant, but something told me it didn't even come with bread. When the lady come out like this with the food, I said, hey, is that meatloaf? And she said, yes. And I said, oh, come on, white bread. And she went, goodbye. We spent 3 hours there, drank 2 beers, and that was it. 2 beers. I've never been. We were sitting at the bar. There was no one around us. So we packed up. We paid for the food. It was all on one bill. Not mine. We went back to the hotel. And we're sitting around the truck. And we're still drinking and hanging out. It's not like anybody brought fucking sodas or anything. The fucking same guy. We drove 10 minutes away from the hotel to go to this bar. We come back to the fucking hotel. This same guy comes up, pulls up to our truck, and says, "Hey, are you guys from around here? What do you call a..." I said, "You already told us to check at the bar." "Oh," and he said, "Oh, that's right. Man, my bad, sorry." And he left. An hour later, we seen what hotel he went into, whatever. An hour later, he comes back. We're all having a conversation. It's raining, so we went underneath the awning. We're having a conversation about work because that's all we do and that's all we talk about. The guy comes back up and he makes another bird joke, which is the same fucking joke. It was the same joke as earlier. No, that didn't happen. But I told him, I don't know. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand when people, it's like, dude, be drunk. Go be drunk. But don't lay it on thick. I don't even remember the conversation that we're having. But yeah, we had a good time Friday. Had about 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Took a fucking Ambien or whatever stops you from having seasickness. Went on the boat for 12 hours to look at nothing. And it was like all day. 12 hours. I haven't even spent time with my kids for 12 hours. But it was cool when, especially when I had a tuna fish. I was like, guys, not getting it. I wasn't getting it. The guy kept yelling at me. He said, "Hey, you need to put your finger in there and you need to make sure it goes." And then he's like, "Hey, you need to turn it out." I said, like this. I was like this. He said, "Real faster." "I can't reel faster." And he yelled at me. It was literally like my dad trying to teach me how to ride a bike. So yeah, I caught a tuna head because the shark ate it. But everybody else caught tuna. It was cool. It was fun. It was really cool. I wish it wasn't so long though. I get it. It's like 2 hours to go out. Okay? 2 hours to go out, find a good spot, sit around for a little bit. Let's fish for 4 hours. Let's have a limit. Okay, there's 4 people, catch 4 tuna, which we did. There was 6 people, 4 tuna. Let everybody get a turn, and then go back. But yeah, that was my weekend. Panic attacks and tuna fish. I'm supposed to be working on this Thomas Bronson video, but it's not working out too much. But I wanted to just, man, this fucking poison ivy is killing me. It itches. I can't stop itching. Yeah, I just want to ask content. It's not funny. It's just interesting, and people, and I don't want to try to be funny, but I just want people to watch it and like it and subscribe to me, because if I make money off of it, and I can support my family off of it, then I can leave my job and make videos and be fucking hilarious and funny for everybody and hate it even more, because then it will be like an obligation, which I'm ready for. Ready for that obligation. But I'm gonna go make some food. This was a wet paint on the couch video. Just kidding. All right, guys. Bye.
Fresher than a mannequin, they glad I'm in a good mood, cause I won't slander them now. Alright, but later that's a different story. Is the game mine's